Hi everyone, welcome to another cooking show here on my channel. Today I'm with Josh, which is our good friend here in Melbourne, and he'll be cooking us something, and later on he'll discuss all the things that we'll be doing. But yeah, I'm really excited because this is the first episode this year. So let's jump right into it.
Okay.
Anyway, Josh, tell me what we'll be cooking today.
So we're going to be doing a curry. It's I wouldn't call it a traditional South African curry, but this is how my grandmother makes it. So I got my grandmother's recipe.
Okay.
So when I left home, I told her before I leave, you need to teach me how to make your curry. So she did.
Why? Tell me why you asked your grandmother to give the recipe to you. How important this dish for you?
So I grew up with my grandmother's curry. So
So it's a childhood.
So the thing is, what people might not understand about what I'm about to say is that my grandmother taught me how to make the curry. But I knew by how it smells and how it looks when it's ready.
Yeah.
Because that's something you can't always teach someone.
Yeah.
You can't teach them the consistency of the curry, like when it smells right, etc. And another thing that a lot of people neglect when making curries is like how they make their rice.
The rice is very important.
Now, my grandmother also had a very unique way of doing the rice. Now, it's not anything special, but just the process to follow is what got the rice to where it needs to be. So I'll touch on I don't know if I can put it in words. But I'll try and put some of the things that I pick up into words.
For those who are just watching this first episode for this year, this cooking show is not your typical cooking show. We will not show any cinematic footages. It's more of like a cooking show with the podcast on the side. So we will be talking about life in general. So you can start now.
Cool. First, let's wash our hands. Very important. Hygiene. My grandmother always taught me. Wash your hands, because washing hands is important. So
it's so funny how I'm just waiting for this. Okay, wash your hands. You will be cooking. I will just be standing and talking.
You're gonna help me, so you must also wash your hands, please. Okay.
It's so strict, guys. Grandmother's strictness on point. Where did you get your ingredients?
Where?
Yeah. Woolies?
Woolies or Coles.
Okay.
I won't go into too much detail. It took me some time to find the spice that's closest because back home we use Robertson for curry powder. It's like just a brand, Robertson. And here they don't have Robertson.
Okay, so you just need to find.
I just found an alternative. Okay, so
Josh is really good in finding ingredients. We bought the beef that you've suggested last time, right? When we had the barbecue.
It's really good. For the patties.
Really,
What can I say? A lot of trial and error. So I had some very bad patties in my life. So when I found that one, the jumbo.
That's it, yeah.
So shout out Woolies jumbo patties. It's really good. So get yourself some jumbo patties.
I'll try to look for the photo then.
Send them, put it on the screen. All right, so usually in the past, what I would do is I would start with the onion. Now that's how you normally start food, but what I found is when I started with the potatoes first, I was less stressed while the onion was busy. So to reduce the rush, I would first prep my potatoes, make sure that it's cut up, stick it into the microwave, and then I'd start with my onion.
Okay.
In that way, there's no interruption. The onions aren't busy burning while, And my grandmother always used to say, don't burn your onions. Because if you burn your onions,
it will taste.
It's the foundation of your meal. So we'll first do our potatoes. I got 3 potatoes. Why 3?
140.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
I was like, I love you.
I use the peeler because it's very convenient, much faster. I think when I use the knife, it's...
I was about to say, back in the day.
Do you know technology has advanced so much? Like I even have... do you know the letters? It's a thing that you spin.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I love that thing. I use it so much because there's nothing worse than like getting the letters and you.
Yeah.
So the spinner. Shout out IKEA.
And they also have this.
Oh, the one with the pool? With the pudding,
the
yeah.
string one, and they also have that manual.
The spinner, yeah?
The spinner, yeah.
So I got the spinner one.
Just looking at the potatoes, I'm now quite hungry. So this will be our dinner and our wife's dinner. Shout out to Trina and Lauren.
Shout out.
Hopefully we don't fail you.
I'm not wearing my ring. I normally don't wear my ring when I cook.
Yeah. So should I remove, because I'll be
Remove it.
Yeah.
Put it in your pocket.
I'll be helping Josh. So there's a proof that I put the ring in my pocket.
I just left my ring at home.
I don't know how to peel.
You don't?
Manually.
With a knife?
With the knife. You know that meme when you're peeling with the knife and just a little much will be left? Because everything will be this big, then it will turn this small.
So my grandmother always used to do it with a knife.
Wow.
But then, I don't know when this thing came out, but then she got one and then she's like, she'll never again.
Never again.
There's still some things that she does with like the knife.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since she got this thing, she's been using it like... Okay, so potatoes are peeled, right?
Quarters?
Normally, I cut it in half.
Okay.
This knife is a bit blunt, but... And then I would cut it in half again.
Yeah.
Up. And then I would cut it in like 3.
Okay.
So
9.
6.
Oh, 6. Yes.
Like that. So 6. He's a what?
My math is
1,
not...
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Mind, even confusing me.
I was so confident, like,
9.
it's 9. No, I was thinking it's 3 by 3.
3 by 3. So,
I hope that helps.
well, one potato is cut in 9, if you think about
Yeah.
it. So, you're not wrong. 6. No, it's 12. Woo! How did you do in maths at school?
Guys, we're still not...
It's been a long day.
yeah.
It's been a long day.
Our brain is not working. you had lots of meetings, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to have 4 meetings today, but I had 3.
Very productive.
What can I say? I was just talking today. It was a good day today. I had 2 coffees,
Yeah.
which is a win. And then I got a free sweet treat because just before the shop closed,
Yeah.
they were like, "Do you guys want any? Like, you guys want this for free because we can't sell it tomorrow." So we were like,
And that's the best thing.
"So I'm very blessed,
Free things, yeah.
very blessed."
Such a blessing.
Do you guys like potatoes back in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Philippines. Gosh,
Our brain and mouth.
it's disconnected today.
Yeah, we have a lot of dishes that uses potatoes as well. I don't know. This is what I want to ask you as well. So we are using a lot of potatoes as well in the Philippines. Even our adobos sometimes uses potatoes. But yeah, when I speak my native language, what vibe? Because I'm
When you
so
say
passive.
vibe, like what
For
are you
example,
referring to? Like,
when I'm hearing,
what do I think?
Yeah. People speaking in their native language. I was like, oh, it's so cool. It's so nice to hear. Like, it sounds good.
Ooh, do you know what's weird? I think you're the first person that I heard speak. Was it Tagalog?
Tagalog, yeah.
I think you're the first person that I heard actually speak it. Like,
Yeah, really?
we're like me consciously focusing on
Yeah.
you speaking it, and I really love listening to people speak.
Yeah.
When I heard you speak, it almost sounds like
Yeah, when we did our Christmas
yeah.
party, right? We were speaking Tagalog that time.
it sounds. Speak to me quickly. Just let me speak English and then you
Yeah.
speak. So I'm busy cutting the onion now, and I'm removing the skin.
Yeah.
Do you guys do this back home the same way?
Tinatanggal namin yung skin. We remove also the skin. The skin.
The screen.
Yeah, the skin.
I usually used to like peel it off of the onion while it was whole, but it's just easy to like cut it in half and then peel. So, anyways, I think based on your, it sounds like you live in a very beautiful island. Like, you know,
Really?
it doesn't sound Hawaiian, but it sounds like in a tropical, like you come from a
Really?
tropical island. Yeah, like it just feels fresh. It's like if your language was a fruit, it would be a coconut or a mango.
Really? Talaga ba?
Talaga ba?
Really? That's really talaga ba? When I say
it feels
to you,
safe.
kumusta ka? How do you feel?
It sounds like you're saying "Cómo estás?" I feel like you're very open and friendly. It feels like I feel safe, like you're someone I can trust.
Because Pastor Sam. That's how it went in my mind. Like Pastor Sammy last conference was like changing codes from English to Latino very smoothly, like super seamless. You know how he sounds when he speaks English, then he will speak super fast in Latin. Like it's so good. Like Jesus Espiritu Santo.
Yeah.
I know those words because
How do you know?
we speak the same language. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Is it similar?
20 is 20.
Okay, so now we're gonna cut the onion.
Going back?
Hold on, we can go back. I love this conversation, but we're gonna cut the onion, so we might start crying. I like your language. It sounds very open and friendly. As ek nou saam met jou 'n bietjie Afrikaans praat, so that's Afrikaans. Like my Afrikaans out of 10 is probably like a 5 out of 10. So, like, funny story. Today, I was going into the elevator, and then a guy behind me started speaking Afrikaans, basically saying I'm from South Africa. Yes, from South Africa. So I'm like, yeah, I am. And he's like, I could pick it up immediately when you were speaking to the guy that you were going into the elevator with, and he just moved here like 2 weeks ago. So he was so excited. He was so happy to like bump into me because like it's 2 weeks. It's really difficult to like just settle in because they're trying to get like spoons and knives and all of those things. And they done exactly what we done when we came here. We sold everything. So we were having like a whole conversation, and while he was busy speaking Afrikaans, I would respond in English. And I only say a few words in Afrikaans because again, like, and it's funny because both my grandparents as well as my mother, their first language is Afrikaans.
Yeah.
And a lot of like the way I speak is influenced by Afrikaans. That's why when I say really, it's so like so pronounced because of Afrikaans. Really. But what was my point? I don't know what my point was.
No, speaking of like your native language, you know how to understand them, but you can just speak so little.
So I can speak, but my confidence when it comes to speaking isn't that high because I probably never spoke it enough. Like my first language is actually English, but my parents' first language is Afrikaans. Even though I had Afrikaans as a subject in school. I mean,
it happens. I think a lot of people can relate because, for example, us, a lot of kids now in the Philippines, sometimes they learn first English before our language in Luzon or especially in Metro Manila, which is Tagalog. We have different native language, okay? So in Manila, it's Tagalog. So, a lot of kids already nowadays, they're being taught of English language first before Tagalog. And they're having a hard time speaking Tagalog.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They don't even, sometimes they don't even understand.
That's not good.
Which is, we need to really make our native language be more intact as the time goes by. Because it's really something that you need to protect, I think so.
I agree. Like myself and my wife, we were having, it just got me.
Very emotional. Talking about native language and his wife.
You know? But we were just speaking about like wanting to, the chances are we might have a child while we're in Australia, for example, right? And we were just saying like we'd love to preserve the culture and also, the language, and teach the child how to speak our language. Because I've seen it so many times, kids. Maybe the parents moved from China and they came to Melbourne, and then the kids are old, but they don't know how to speak their language.
Yeah.
And then you always hear, oh, they went to China, and then they felt like very strange because they couldn't speak the language, but people can see they, Chinese.
Yeah.
And I don't want our kid to ever feel like, I know that my parents are South African, but I can't even speak the language.
Yeah.
So I think in my heart, I almost made a commitment to say, like, okay, even though I can't speak the language like how I want to, I will start like doing it more regularly. So we have this thing where on a Sunday we try speaking Afrikaans.
Yeah. Because it's something that will be helpful as well for the kids later on in life. I think so. And I just think of this right now. What's good about shooting this kind of video is that your future kids will watch this video later on.
Wow.
Or they will bump into this video. Oh, that's my dad talking about me. I mean, that's how beautiful content are, not just for the sake of views, I think.
Yeah.
I think I realized this during the pandemic, that how important documenting life is. Like how I was able to reminisce moments during pandemic where I was being locked inside the room. I was being reminded of the experience that we had when you talk about it. I'm so curious, what did you feel before when you got here? I know you've already told me the story, but I want the viewers as well to know how life is during the first few weeks.
Of being in Australia?
Yeah. I think in general, when you transfer from one place to another, because sometimes they're just seeing the beautiful things on Instagram. For example, mine, I post our stories. It looks like we're okay, right? But there are times that they don't see how stressful it is. It's not 100%, but some of the things that we experienced before is really something that took our energy, right?
Yeah.
So in your case, what did you feel before when you went from South Africa to here?
So the first thing you feel when you land is you're excited, right? Unfortunately for us, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags. So you're at the airport, right? And you have to take an Uber from the airport because, guys, in Melbourne, there's no train from the airport to the city. So you have to take an Uber. Now, the Uber costed $100.
100. Even 100 plus. It
100
depends
plus,
on
yeah. And we're not used to paying 100 plus for Uber back home to get from the, like, we understand anywhere in the world, from the airport to anywhere, you're going to cost, but not 100 plus. It's just like, but now, to make things worse, we had so many bags. We had an Uber X.
Yeah, the XL. Yeah, the bigger
And when we
one.
got there, the guy looked at us and he said, "This is too many bags." I'm like, "What do you mean it's too many bags? Like, who else are we? Who else are we gonna get to like transport the bags?" So I eventually convinced him for us to move the bags into the Uber XL. So Lauren, my wife, decided to move the bags, and I never asked her, and then she hurt the ankle. So that's how. So that's the start of our journey. So we're sitting in the car, in the Uber XL. She's in pain. And we all know, right? When your wife or your girlfriend doesn't have anyone to blame, they're going to blame you. So it was my fault. So I'm sitting in the car like it. I didn't do this, but it's fine. We're in a new country, so I'll take the blame. And we're paying 100 plus to get to the Airbnb.
Yeah.
And I think what made it worse, now there is like a rainbow at the end of this story, but what made it worse is we landed at exactly 12 o'clock at night. So landing in a country at 12 o'clock at night isn't the easiest thing in the world. right? So that was like the start of our journey. So having to find an Airbnb. And then before we found a place in Australia, we had to go to 4 different Airbnbs. Now, mind you, we had to carry 6 bags, to pack it into the Uber, drive, pack it out, get it up the stairs 4 times. And I had my camera equipment with me, so it was a mess. And then after that, something that I need to mention is the jet lag. Because in South Africa, we 8 to 9 hours behind. So now you're jet lagged. You need to find an apartment. You need to get a bank account. You need to get a SIM card. So it was a lot at the beginning.
There's a lot of things to handle for the first,
Yeah.
I mean, actually, for your first week of staying here.
So it was a lot. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm just going to take this one step at a time. Because that's all you can do. You can't think about what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks.
Have you ever felt going back?
No.
It looks like it's piling up, right?
Yeah.
Like problem to problem to problem, it's piling up. So have you ever thought of let's just go back?
No. I'll tell you why. This is, if you're someone that believes in God, great. If you're not, also great, because I think this might encourage you. So for me, right, back home I had a very secure job. So okay, what we're doing now, by the way, is we're going to put the potatoes into the bowl, right? And we're warming the potatoes in the bowl to soften the potatoes so that it doesn't take too long in the pot.
Very efficient.
Just for context. So I had a really good job back home. I was making good money. I was traveling. So we were okay. I really didn't want to come to I didn't want to move to another country. Not because
you're fine.
Yeah, we were comfortable, right?
And if you're comfortable enough, who would have think about transferring, right?
Exactly, and it was my sister's idea. Shout out my sister. If you're watching, it was her idea. She's like, go, just apply. So Lauren applied and she got the job, right? And then she looked at me and I was like, what are you looking at? And then she's like, I always make this joke. It's almost like she looked at me and said are you coming? Obviously I was going to go.
Yeah.
But the thing that really sealed the deal for me is when I felt God say, you need to go. And once I felt that in my spirit, I was like, okay, then everything will be fine. Everything will be fine then. Yeah. And I don't know how, because there was many times when I felt like, Lord, how are we going to get through this? Are we going to get through this? Where are we going to get the money for this? Because, man, the moment we land, our savings was up within the first 2 weeks. Because just for some context, the Australian dollar to the South African rand is 10 to 1. So every $10 in South Africa is $1 in Australia. So after that Airbnbs and we done some small things, we were like, okay, what now, God, And I think that's the reality of most foreigners that comes from a country with a currency that's weaker. It's unless you get a really good job. So there was many situations where I was like, what now, God? But what encouraged me so much to continue forward, is before I left home. Now this is really cool. Before I left home, like I said, we were doing well, so I had savings, and I was like, oh, everything is fine, right? And I remember asking God before I left, Lord, do I still rely on you, or do I put my dependency on the amount of savings I have? So when all my savings was up, I felt God say, now it's your time to test that theory. So I had the best time just feeling that, waiting for God to move in my situation. Not only on a financial level, but I could feel my spirit being filled with, His grace and His love and His voice. I even, on one occasion, I was walking to go get the car from the parking, and I said, Lord, if I could just pick up a $5 just for fun. I didn't even need a $5, or maybe we did need that $5. Who knows? I was like, Lord, just a $5 $10. I was busy walking, and man, you don't pick money up in Australia, or at least I don't.
You will not see money normally in Australia, right? I mean, on the street.
Yeah. And I was walking, and I literally picked up a $5, and I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So I think it was moments like that that really encouraged me. That's not to speak about all the other things that happened, all the other blessings that came. Also, just not the financial support, but the emotional support, like finding a church in Australia, finding good friends in Australia. All of those things is like what got me going like, okay, I think this is where I need to be. Because I picked up a lot of weight as well back home while I was in my comfortable job. And I was like, Lord, I need you to like revive my spirit, my body, and my soul. And I could see all of those things happening. I was in the gym. My mind was being renewed. All of those things. I found a church, a great community of people. So when I looked at that, I was like, this is more than worth it for me.
Yeah.
But that's my...
You know what? While Josh is saying his story, I'm being reminded of Peter now when Jesus asked Peter to walk on the water. Like,
oh, is that what my story reminded you of?
yeah. Because we have faith in God, right? Like when Peter saw Jesus there, like, oh, it's you, God, but I don't know, but I need to test.
Yeah.
I need to test. I need to test it. If that's really you, God.
Yeah.
Can you let me walk on the water? And God said, come here.
Come.
And Peter was able to walk, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes life is really the same with what Peter experienced. It will test you. Thunderstorms. He suddenly hear everything. And he was distracted and began to sink, right? And that's where God saved Peter. Like, why did you doubt? So I was thinking about that, like how God is always looking at us, and for some instances, like as a human being, or like in the battle with our flesh and the spirit, like sometimes we felt like we're alone, or sometimes we felt like, this is so hard, and like why is this happening?
Yeah.
Then the Holy Spirit will remind you, now you got God.
Yeah.
The same God that put you here is the same God that will save you from that problem. And that's what I'm being reminded of while you're telling the story, that although you're experiencing those hardships, I mean, man, that's so hard. It's really hard because we had 7 luggages as well with the camera that I'm using, and sometimes the Airbnb doesn't have any elevator. And you need to really like lift everything manually. You don't want your wife to lift the luggage because, man, that's so heavy.
And they're already emotional.
Yeah.
Because they're out of their comfort zone.
Yeah. And I think that time I was like thinking to myself, like, it's so hard, God. If I'll be honest with myself, it's so hard. Like, these luggages are heavy. But after hearing your sermon, man, that's too much. But you know what? Like, I felt like it's okay to say things to God that we're being tired. And it's like us asking God, I need help.
Yeah.
I know I can do it now, but my flesh is so tired. So I need you.
You know, I remember us, when we got into our apartment. And let me tell you, it wasn't the most amazing apartment in the world, but we were so grateful. And the thing is,
it's when Lauren's birthday, right?
It was on her birthday. It was on my wife's birthday. And I was like, man, when we moved to the 4th Airbnb, I was like, I'm done. I'm tired. I don't want to move to now. Please, Lord. Right? And by the 3rd one, we were waiting to go to our 4th one, and we were standing in front of the building because we weren't sure whether we were going to get the keys.
And it's dark, right?
No. It was day.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we were standing for about 3 hours in
Oh,
front
yeah.
of
That's the long
building.
wait. This is the long wait.
The 3 hours we were waiting to see if we're gonna get our keys. And man, Lauren, my wife starts crying, and I'm like, "This is not easy, God. Like we weren't expecting this. Like I knew it was gonna be difficult, but like I wasn't expecting to stand outside in a foreign country, and And then I said, okay, cool. Let's get some McDonald's because food always makes you feel better. So I told her. So that was the 18th, and I told her. No, it was the 19th, and I told her, you know what? I know it doesn't seem like everything is working out, but God is working all things together. So we just need to trust Him. Then I booked another Airbnb. We spent the day before her birthday in a very nice Airbnb. We went to the pool. I bought her like cupcakes with a candle.
Yeah.
So it was like almost as if God was saying, this is going to be her gift. On her birthday, you guys are going to move into an apartment. And this is my gift to you guys to go, like, this is where I want you guys to be for, maybe the next 2 years or so. And it's those small moments that, number one, it shows you how present God is. And number two, it's just, so it showed me His presence, but it just showed me like, especially when you're in time of need, our God can just come through. And that we can trust Him, that He's faithful, and that He's working all things out for our good. Man, it was her birthday, but I felt like it was my birthday as well, because I'm like, oh Lord, thank you so much.
And you going to Woolies or Cologne, finally.
Oh man.
Buy my...
It's amazing because, again, you don't want to buy too many things when moving from Airbnb to, because now you have your bags plus all the groceries, and you're like, we can't. So the fact that I could go to the shop and buy it, like a small little stuff with all that. It's like, we can put this in the cupboard and leave it there. Oh my gosh, that was the best. It was honestly the best feeling in the world. I think it was a moment where I just looked at the cupboard and I was like,
oh, this is real. Yeah, I can touch this.
It was honestly such a blessing. And again, I always try and remind myself of those moments. Because now we have a bit more than what we had then. And whenever when I get used to, I'm like, just slow down and remind yourself that, you were grateful with this. So don't live life always wanting more and more and more. Find a way to
Contentment.
go, find a way to go like, this is really good, God. This is nice.
I remember the song of Forrest, man. I have a roof and a bed.
But like, I found so much, back home I was happy. This is going to sound now weird. But here, even though I was struggling at the beginning, I was more happy. Because it felt like I was like, okay, Lord, what's next?
That excitement.
I was like,
Lord, what's next for us? It's just putting your 100% to God.
Now again, my wife is amazing. She's a blessing. She has a very soft, beautiful heart. But she was like, Lord, what am I doing in this country? I'm like, calm down. And I'm just having it. Do you know what it felt like? It was like, I don't know if you ever surfed, like on a wave.
Yeah.
It felt like I caught a wave.
Yeah.
And God was just
You
taking
were
me.
able to get the flow of that wave.
Exactly.
And you're helping your wife.
Yeah.
And just
And again, I think part of our responsibility as husbands are to be the vessels that God uses to take the lead and go like, God wants us to go.
take heart and be courageous.
I think it's in Joshua.
Yeah.
Put it somewhere on the screen, yeah. We need to put these onions in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's snap our fingers.
Yeah, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, so I made the mix. So this is what was going to, obviously, it's curry powder with some other things, with some tomato paste. And this obviously was going to give the curry The curry.
That
It's the curry.
Yeah.
Without this, you don't.
the
have a
umami,
curry. The umami. What is umami?
the
flavor.
the boldness of flavor.
Gotcha. So this is going to be the boldness of flavor, right over there.
Yeah.
So what we're doing now is this is a very fancy cooktop. So
What we're guys doing now is discover how to work this.
it's too fancy. So I'm putting the pot on like the heat on 6.
Yeah.
And we like to use olive oil, virgin olive oil, because it's just healthier. So it's healthier.
Do you want me to teach you some tricks about stainless steels?
Yes.
Stainless steels are like non-stick in general. So for you to be able to utilize those non-stick feature before you put oil,
Yeah. Ooh.
try to. So this is still not hot.
So wait, how does it work? Do you have to coat the entire pan with water, or is it just until it makes
Experimenting. But you know what? That's the beauty of cooking.
burning your food?
No, it's making mistake. And in life, you will not learn if you will not commit mistakes.
True.
There you go.
Ooh.
Can see the bubbles.
Yeah, it's like rolling around.
Yep. So we can go back to 5. The pot is too hot already. Can see the bubbles.
Wow.
So we were just.
That's so cool, man.
There you go. You can pour the.
Wow, I learned something today. Wow.
No, that's the menu. It's fine. So Josh is putting the onions already.
Oh my goodness.
It's not sticking, right?
So good. I'm waiting for it to stick, but it's not sticking. That's great. It's so good and it's really not sticking. Okay, so what we need to do now is brown the onions correctly, because many people, they don't brown the onions nicely, and then you got raw onions. Oh, you know,
And you can still find
taste it. Yeah.
that crunch and also that spicy, tangy taste from the onion.
So, Chef, who's the one cooking more at home?
I
You
definitely
or
my wife.
Aina?
Yeah,
Okay.
Trina loves to cook.
Yeah.
She even bakes. I just love eating. But guys, I can cook. Don't get me wrong. I can cook. My wife can.
I just
attest
love
to that.
eating.
It's just that my wife doesn't want me to be near the kitchen because
You wanna hold this for
so,
it?
I'm
Yeah.
so clumsy. She's really professional in cooking. She has her workflow already. Yeah. As you can see her like very snappy in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can hold them for you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what we done now is the potatoes are like medium. Oh, I just want to check on this onions. So the potatoes are medium when it comes to like how hard it is. You need to make sure that when you do your potatoes, you don't overcook them, because when you put it into the pan later,
You don't want to
In the
make
pot.
it mushy.
you don't want to make it mushy. Exactly. So also what I learned recently is to slow the process down from it like getting softer and softer, is to put cold water over it.
Oh.
So it doesn't get like soft and
So
goofy.
you're stopping the temperature from
From-
cooking the potato.
Exactly. So then
Putting cold
you just put
water.
some, I might even do a bit more.
Yeah, I can do this. I'll help you doing. I'll help you with this process.
So now the potatoes are ready, which also means we're going to save a lot of time, because potatoes takes really long to get
Yeah,
done.
really.
Now we're going to do the chicken.
Protein.
Oh my gosh.
Protein.
So we do the chicken. Normally, my grandmother would use a mixture between thighs and wings. Thighs and wings.
Yeah.
But today we're only going to be using
Drumsticks.
drumsticks, not wings, drumsticks.
So it's like you're roasting the onions to get those flavors
to stick in the pan.
And something very important that my grandmother always used to say, you need to brown your onions until it looks gold. Gold.
Not black.
Not black, not black.
It's burnt already. So it should be golden. And I think in terms of in cooking, you just really need to be patient.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in life you tend to be so impatient
Right.
in a way that, for example, cooking this onion, if you are so impatient with it, you will increase the heat and it will increase the chance of it getting burned. And that's how we are in life. We increase our intensity, then we will find ourselves being burnt out.
That's good. That's a good analogy. That's a really good analogy.
So we just really need,
Patience.
I think if it's not sometimes, all the time, you need to be patient in living the life.
We need to be content
Content.
so that when the blessing comes, it comes when it needs to come. Not because we forced it, you know?
I know it comes with the privilege of us saying, oh, you just need to be content and everything.
Yeah.
But like going through some things, no matter what the outcome is, it doesn't change the fact that you will learn something, whether you win or lose.
Yeah.
So it's all about the journey and experience. So for me, it's you just enjoy how things are going. Sometimes it's really bad. I mean, the experience is really bad, but you just need to remind yourself, or you just need someone like friend to be reminded that you need to take it easy.
Take it easy.
Yeah, that's why community is really important. I think
Amen.
that's golden already.
Very, very good. And the thing is, chef come, you can even smell when the onions, like it releases a very different, fresh, like
So good aroma.
exactly. So you kind of have to wait for that, and once you get that aroma, you know your onions are right. Okay, now we can
be browning the chicken.
browning the chicken. Yes. My wife doesn't like the skin,
Okay,
so I take off for 2. So what I'm doing now is I'm just making sure that the onion is kind of mixing with the chicken. So just like getting the chicken and the onions all mixed together. And you know, I don't know what's in your tradition, but in our household, my grandmother always dish for us. And you know, I think that was like the last step to meals being as good as it was.
Yeah.
She'd make the meal and she'd do the rice, and then we should dish for us and bring it to us. That was like, because she'd also dish in a very specific way.
Really?
Like we should put the rice, we should put the
Yeah.
food, you know, the curry or whatever the case may be. She'd always do it in a way that I would know. If my grandmother dishes for us, even if you put me blindfolded and you have 10 different people dishing, I'll tell you, my grandmother dished this one.
Oh.
Because I know exactly how she used to dish.
She should do it.
And it's amazing because some days we would get like guests come in, and then she would like dish in a way where everyone else swat. You know, I'm like, but the pot is just, and then she's like, no, don't worry, I'll dish. And then when she dish, everyone eats.
Yeah.
But she dishes in a way where it's like you have a proper meal to eat.
Like it
You know?
felt complete.
Exactly. And that for me was also something very special, was to pick up on how she dished. And I'd look at the plate and I'm like, I know this.
Yeah.
Which I never actually told her before. I never told her before. I really loved the way she used to dish our food. And I think my grandmother, when it comes to food, everything she done, from the first step to the last step, she was so intentional about it. And that's why I can recognize every step, like, oh, this was made by her. This is like, you know, up until the way she used to cut the onions was different. That's good.
That's why
I can actually taste the difference in my food when I make it rushed versus when I actually
Take
you know
some time.
take my time. I can taste. I'm like, I can taste that. It's almost like the flavor isn't in the
Yeah.
food. It's weird. I'm like, it's lacking, love.
And when you made it, when you took time making
Yeah.
it felt like everything incorporates.
Yeah.
The flavors
Infuses.
are super harmonious. Like
Yeah. Exactly that.
it complements everything. The onion, the chicken, the curry, everything.
I think that also speaks about, life.
Okay.
When you ask successful people, now here's a lot of where we can go about like defining success. But when you ask people that accomplish great things in life,
Yeah.
whenever you ask them, how did you do it? They can't give you a step-by-step way. They'll always say like, well, it was partly luck. Oh, yes, I was working hard.
Yeah.
Yes, I put in the time. But I felt I was led by either love or I was led by, my passion or whatever the case may be. And I think life is very much like cooking. You can't just go based off of a recipe. You need to almost feel, you need to smell, you need to taste, you need to sometimes hear, like, the thing is, And when you go through life and you're patient and you take your time and you let it cook,
Let it cook. Let it cook.
when you let it cook, man, then you'll be surprised what you come up with. So I think the chicken is almost ready. You can even smell. So what's right? Is it making you hungry, Jeff?
Yeah. And we will be eating this together.
Amen.
We will taste this together with Josh, and more conversation along the way. Showing the
So we will be throwing in the curry very soon. You can see it really well. And then after the curry, we will throw in more water. Because, there's one thing I had to learn was the amount of water to throw in after the curry is added.
how much water is enough for this.
You need to feel it.
Like
You need to feel it. Like, I know out of instinct now. Okay? When you do too little, you're not going to have enough sauce.
yeah.
When you do too much, you drown the curry.
Yeah.
And when you drown the curry, you don't have flavor.
It feels bland. It tastes bland.
Exactly. So what I do is I throw in, I like kind of know now where to go, but I always play it safe by doing less than what I think. And then if I need more, I will. However, if you throw water at a later stage or too late, then what happens is the curry tastes different.
Oh.
Because now it's almost like you're throwing water in and this water
so
needs to...
it dilutes the taste, the flavor.
It doesn't dilute the taste. What happens is you must understand when you throw the water diffuses with the chicken and the spice.
Oh,
So when you throw water later, that new water hasn't diffused with the spice correctly. So I try to measure my water as early as possible. If I realize, I don't have enough, as soon as I can, I'll add the water quickly. So we're going to do that in a second. Yeah, I think we're just about ready. Okay, so now we're going to throw in the spice. And then we also have like a secret ingredient, which I'll tell you guys in a second. It's something my grandmother used to do or does to make the curry thicker.
okay.
There. And what I like to do is I like to use... Oh, we need more water.
Okay.
But I like to use warm water because that just stops the pot from getting cold again. So we'll boil more because we don't have enough. And we're also going to boil water for the rice now at the same time. So we're going to make sure that the kettle is nice and full. But, I do try and honor my grandmother when making this. So I do take my time. And, my wife and I, we have the same culture and same ethnicity. So the type of food that she used to eat at home was very similar to the food that we ate at our home. So even when I make food from my grandmother, she also feels like there's a part of her home.
Yeah.
You know, and I think for us, or for me at least, when I do make food, it does make the house feel like home, because just the smell that fills the house is like, you know,
At home.
because I can tell you this, right? A child, when they leave home one day and they maybe smell like the familiar food smell that they used to have at home, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it smells like home."
Yeah, they will not
know?
they will not say the name of the dish actually.
Yeah.
They usually say, "Oh, I felt like I smelled my mom's cooking."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They always describe this smell and this taste about home,
Yeah.
about their childhood. It's incorporated in our youth days.
So
This is
and some salt. So what I try and do is, I don't know, it looks like I throw in a lot of salt, which I think I do, if I'm being fair. But I don't know if my grandmother does this, but it's what I do. Actually, she does. I've seen it do it before. So throughout the whole process, I would add salt and add salt and add salt, and I'd taste and add salt, and then I would find
the sweet spot.
the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Pun intended, because it's the salt
Yeah.
spot. The only thing that I measure is the sugar.
Okay.
Now, my grandmother, she loves a sweet curry. She does like
Really?
a sweet curry, because my grandfather doesn't like spicy food.
Okay.
So she
love
makes
spicy
it as I like spicy food. So what I would sometimes do is like, I'd make it like her, but I'd just maybe just a bit over the edge, but not to a point where it doesn't taste like a food.
Yeah.
Because there's days where her food tastes like mine, and my grandmother's like, it's too, thing for him, but then I'd always tell her, no, this is great for me. I like it.
Yes. I understand.
Okay, so we're adding some more water now. When you throw in the potatoes, you want to make sure that the water covers the potatoes. So that's one of the indicators. If your water is not at least covering the potatoes, it means that you threw in too little water. Right? So from the covering of the potatoes upwards, that's where you need to judge the amount of water that you need to throw in. That comes by instinct. But the bare minimum is to cover the potatoes and the chicken noodles. So, you're smiling, Jeff. Does it smell good? What does it smell like? Maybe you can explain to them, like, what types of aromas are you smelling?
It felt like, guys, when you order Japanese curry in a Japanese restaurant, it has that similar smell into it, but more thick.
It has more density.
Yeah, it has that density. I cannot explain the whole structure of the curry because I don't know
Yeah.
what curry is made from, but
It's made from curry.
yeah, it's made from curry, right? But
I don't know.
when I smell it now, it felt like it has that density.
It's also important not to add your potatoes too soon. I don't think it's fine to add it now because the chicken has been,
Cooked brown.
So you throw the potatoes in now, it's okay. Another thing that a lot of people don't know, it's very important to know this, that spice, similar to chicken or potatoes, it also needs to be cooked through.
Yeah.
Because it needs to almost like a
needs
chemical
to break
process.
down.
Exactly.
It needs to break down, loosen up.
So you need to treat your spices like you're treating your chicken and like you're treating your potatoes. Because if you don't, you're gonna have raw spice in your food.
Yeah.
And if you have raw spice in the food,
It doesn't incorporate well.
it means that you didn't get the potential
Yeah.
out of the spice. My God.
And it felt like it's sandy.
Yes, exactly that. So as you can see, right, the potatoes aren't covered yet.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is,
You just chop in every potatoes inside.
no, I'll add more water.
I thought it was just I need to chop in everything.
So I'll add more water, but what I've also realized is if you add water too quickly, now this is another thing, it's weird. Even though you're adding the correct amount of water, if you do it too quickly, it's almost like the spice goes into shock.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, exactly. So again, it's something that I've learned over time. And I'm very cautious when it comes to like how quickly I add the water.
Yeah.
Like now, it's good, but I might have to add a bit more. But I'm not going to overwhelm the pot with too much water. So I add a bit more and I wait a bit and I let it cook. And then I'll add a bit more. But like I said, there comes a point where I just stop adding. It's like, you can't, it's too long now. And exactly what you said, I make room for the potatoes and I like slot it in. And I've seen my grandmother do this as well, where when the potatoes and the chicken are in, she starts like almost like a lounge. She starts moving it around and she almost finds a place for everything. Oh, here's one thing I forgot. We forgot garlic. Now, garlic is a very important element to the dish. Can you make it without garlic? You can. Does it taste better with garlic? Yes. So I might go get some garlic.
Go.
But before I do that, I'm going to add some sugar.
Okay. That's the sugar.
And this is the only thing I measure. We just do 1 tablespoon of sugar and that's it.
Okay, that's it.
We don't mess with sugar anymore.
Same here. Because we'll be eating rice and rice has a lot of sugar. Glucose.
So, another thing, this is so important. You know what, Jeff? This lid has taught me a lot in life.
Really?
A lot about cooking, at least. My grandmother, I also used to watch, almost like in the corner of my eye, how my grandmother uses the lid.
Okay.
It's almost like when I started cooking, I needed to remember, like, did she have it on? Did she have it off? And I almost had like these flash memories, seeing her like have it on, have it off, have it on.
So when?
So it's strange because, like right now, it needs to be on for a bit.
Yeah.
Right? But she would never have it on fully. Some days she would just have it like that.
Oh, just to simmer it down.
You know what I mean? It's so strange. Like she would like put the lid on and have it off a bit, and then other times she would have it on fully. And again, like I would only see her do it, but I would never know why.
Yeah.
And
it's
I
just
think
like she's playing with the boiling temperature.
Yeah. And also, like, I think it depends on how hard the potatoes were.
Yeah.
That she kind of like played around with it, you know. And I'm sure she would like put a heat down when putting the lid on.
Okay.
Because the thing is, you don't want to overwhelm your pot with too much heat.
So I just let the oil cool down a little bit, then put the garlic pan off, then I'm heating it again here with a very low heat intensity so that you will not get that burnt flavor from the garlic, because garlic is so sensitive that it can be burned and you'll never know. We'll just surprise it. Oh, my garlic is burned already. And that's it.
So what I do is I also add a bit of salt, very little, into my rice.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if this works, but my sister,
A little bit of olive oil.
my sister said that adding olive oil or oil to your rice also stops it from sticking. I don't know how true that is, but I just do it in any case. Sometimes I forget. But yeah. And then I would mix it just to make sure that the rice separates from each other, because when you throw water initially it like sticks together. And so I just do this, and then also because I just added salt now and oil, I'm just making sure that the oil and the salt is like, you know, infused. Okay, now we're going to start tasting. This
Okay.
is also the rice is busy. Let's not forget it's busy. So it's important just to keep an eye on the rice, because sometimes it cooks over.
Yeah.
And that's never nice. Let's use the spoon to do the tasting. And then, I'll throw the
Tin Top Cat.
so it'll probably still taste a bit bland, but all I'm tasting for is to taste whether or not there's enough salt in the food. Good, it's good. I think there's enough salt,
Okay.
but I'll only really know when the curry thickens.
Okay.
Once the curry thickens, you will really taste whether or not you have too much or too little. But right now, if I were to guess it and throw more salt in, the food might be too salty.
Okay.
So I'll wait until it thickens, and once it thickens, I'll taste it again, and then I'll determine whether or not there's enough.
Okay.
But again, I know like I'll probably throw very little salt in, if I were to
Okay.
add more later.
But you will still put this, so it has
Oh.
salt. This
yeah, the block.
Yeah.
So one thing I also like to do, and my grandmother does it sometimes, but is the only thing I noticed my grandmother would do. I would call it a mistake, but I wouldn't even say it's a mistake. Should add chili flakes to a food,
Oh.
right? And sometimes should add too much. And the only person that would complain is my grandfather,
Yeah.
because he's the only one that doesn't like. So we should make it stronger than he likes. She would say a food is a flop, because if your husband's not happy, then
Yeah. The
who cares
preference.
what your kids say?
Yeah.
Your husband.
Yeah.
So we would be like, no, it's great. You'd be like, it's a bit too strong.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add some chili crushed flakes, dried and hot. And again, like I try not throwing in too much, because I also don't like
Too much spice.
too much spice, because sometimes you can overwhelm your food with too much
It
hotness.
It cancels all the flavor.
Exactly.
It's just all heat and spiciness.
That might be too much, but it's gonna give some sort of. You can almost not taste it. And I think the best food. The best food in the world, in my opinion, like some of the best meals, are those where you can just grab the flavor.
Yeah.
You can almost just taste. I almost want to compare it. Not that I drink wine, but I almost want to compare it to wine. Sometimes when you have wine, people will be like, "Oh, I can taste some cherry in it, or I can taste some." It's not overwhelming.
And notes.
Yeah. So you almost just want someone's palate to pick up on your flavors and be like, "Oh, I can taste a bit of that."
bit
though."
of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah. So they can enjoy the meal and actually taste every part of the meal, and not just like overwhelming sense of curry powder or overwhelming sense of,
Yep.
vinegar or whatever the case may be. And then actually I'm going to add this now. This is a special ingredient. My
Chicken
grandmothers love using chicken. What do you guys call it?
We call it in the Philippines chicken cubes, but we
Chicken
call
cubes.
it here chicken bouillon.
Beyond.
Bouillon.
1 cube helps with the thickening. It's going to give it like a small stir.
This chicken cube gives that thick, rich flavor, not to the point that it changes the food's flavor in it, the spices, the things that you've incorporated, but it enhances it. So it's very important not to overuse chicken cubes. You just use one if you're cooking just enough. Going back to the things that you've said earlier, I was wondering, Josh, have you felt that you're confident enough to say that you can take any responsibility that comes from or comes with being a husband?
No. No.
Like, I was just imagining how scary it was for you as well during the time that you transferred from your country to here. I don't know if it's scary at some point for you because this is a new, unfamiliar territory for me, and I have my wife
Yes.
inside you.
Yes. I at the beginning, the first year, 2 years, actually the first year, first 14 months, I say this, I was like, Lord, I need to show up. And I heard God speak to me very clearly. And he said, you are putting a responsibility on yourself that I'm meant to carry. And I asked God, like, what do you mean? Because aren't we supposed to steward? Aren't we supposed to lead? And then he said, yes, but lead to where? And I'm like, and then I asked him, where? And God said, your responsibility as a husband is to usher your wife to me. Whenever she comes to you, you lead her to me. That's all. This is what I'm doing as a husband. I'm like, to the Father, to the Father, to the Father, go to the Father. Like, that's my responsibility is to, when my wife asks me, what are we going to do? I can have one of two responses. I can go, I'll figure it out. Which I would be like, don't worry, I'll come up with something. But after that 14 months of being here alone with my wife, I said, I'm waiting on the Lord, and I need you to wait with me.
Do you wait like, because there are times that waiting without doing, or waiting but doing things that you felt like God is telling you to do while waiting?
So, the Bible says that faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
Right? When it comes to waiting, in my experience and what I've learned, is how you wait. And I'll give you a practical example. I saw a video online where a pastor equated waiting to like jumping rope. And this is how he says, like, some people, when they wait on the Lord, like, let's just say you want to jump into the rope. Like, some people wait like this. Right? And then they want to jump. Right? And he said, this is how a lot of Christians wait. They become stagnant.
Yeah.
And he said, but the way we should wait is like this. And he said, you wait. You always anticipate.
Yeah.
And then when the rope goes, you kind of jump in.
Yeah.
And that's how we need to wait as Christians, is like, we need to be expectant.
Yeah. Expectant.
We need to be expectant.
You're waiting, but you're expecting God to do something in your life.
Exactly, because that's what faith is, right? And again, people can go like, but you're not explaining anything. What does that look like? Number one, it's reading your word and asking God, Lord, like, what do you want to teach me? Because a lot of people, the way they wait is like us, oh my goodness, Lord, I can't, oh Father, please, oh man, I can't take this anymore.
I cannot do this. I cannot
Exactly.
do that. Yeah.
And that, what?
I'm not this person. This is not my branding. This is not my personality. I don't want to do it, God.
Exactly.
But please help me.
That's how we wait. Like, we're anxious. We're anxious. We're all the time anxious, and we're complaining. We're complaining while we wait. And what it shows is that we're doubting. Right? I'm going to give you a very, very... I never thought about this one. I think this is, the Holy Spirit speaking. When the disciples were on the boat and there was a storm, like in life, that's when we really have to wait. When we're in a storm, Jesus at the bottom, he was sleeping.
Yeah.
Jesus wasn't unaware. He was sleeping. Right? And he was mindful of everything because he's God. And what were the disciples doing? Oh my gosh.
What are we gonna
Jesus
do?
is in the boat, just like God is with us in our situations. Jesus is in our life. He's in our boat. He's in our relationship. Right? And we're panicking and we're like, oh my God, I don't know. What? It was you, Thomas. You know, it was you. We start blaming each other and we become anxious. And they go and they wait Jesus. Yeah. And Jesus comes and he says, peace be still. Stop. Right? And he says, please, I'm paraphrasing, but after that he's like, almost like, how long should I contend with you? Like, don't you guys know that I am with you? I am here, like, there's nothing for you guys to be afraid of. And similar to the disciples, God is with us. So when we're in a situation of uncertainty, what should we do? Do we panic? No, because that's a lack of faith. Do we pray? Because the Bible says, be anxious for nothing.
Yeah.
But in everything, through prayer and supplication, make your request known unto God.
Yeah.
Right? So we need to make our request known unto God. So when you're in a situation which is uncertain, you speak to God. You tell God, Lord, I know I'm not aware of what's going on right now. There's a lot of uncertainties, but I want you to know that I trust you. So prayer is number one. And then renewing your mind with the word of God is number two. Get the word in your spirit.
Yeah.
Right? So that it can become your default. It needs to be like instinct.
It's like rebuking your mind. Because our mind's very playful, right?
Yeah.
And saying word, I believe that there is a power in word because God put words in our mouth.
Yeah.
That's why saying things like, God, I know you're with me and I can do this.
Amen.
Like, it's like rebuking those playful things that comes to your mind that the enemy is trying to put inside it.
Yeah.
And it's how you said it. Like, pray and ask for help.
Yeah.
And it's always like you ask and if we give.
Yeah. And another thing is like, we need to pray, yes. And there's many situations where I would pray. But there was one thing that I was missing. And that, when I learned this one thing is when I went to Planet Shakers Conference back in 2025.
What? That's last year.
2025, yeah, last year. 2025? No, 2024. I was asking God because there was a lot of situations in our life that we were waiting for things. We were like, it's a lot of things were up in the air and we were like, God, and I was getting frustrated and I was like, Lord, I want to trust you, but I don't know what to do. And it comes back to what you were saying. Oh, I think the rice is done and the rice is dry. Oh my gosh. It's because we're talking. Oh my gosh. Let's see what's going on.
It's not our cooking. No, it's not.
Okay, it's drier than I like, but it's not like
It's
edible.
not raw.
It's not. No, it's perfect.
Yeah.
But it's dry.
It's dry, yeah.
So, what we're gonna do now, and this is
More water?
water. So, one thing my grandmother taught me was to always steam your rice. Well, I did tell Jeff that I don't always get my rice right, and I think this is one of these days.
You want to wash it first?
We could just leave it like this, and then we're getting there. So the curry is very thickening.
Yeah.
But it's still very watery. Can you see it's very glossy?
Yeah.
The light is still shining. There's some bubbles. So this is the point where you really need to, feel your curry and see,
I love it.
feel your
Curry, yeah.
You need to feel it now. You need to start.
So we will save some of our conversation. We will focus first on the cooking while we're eating. And we're back.
And we finished.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. So here's not my first time though.
It's not your first time, but I think it's your first time just eating my curry and rice.
Alone.
Yeah, without any Christmas
Yeah.
other food.
Yeah.
So it will be a different experience.
Yeah, it will be like special, exclusive.
Exclusive. Alright. I agree.
But guys, tell you a funny story. You always eat in this place.
It's not your first time eating in this place.
Yeah,
So.
it's not my first time eating in this place. But
Okay.
thank you to Josh for welcoming us in his place.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna eat?
Yep, I'm ready. I'm digging in, man.
Okay.
This is so good. You know that feeling when everyone's eating, suddenly it felt quiet.
I done it right. It's hitting the spot, yeah.
No.
When I can taste, normally I wouldn't add as much chili,
Yeah?
but I added a bit more this time, but I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And the chili is hitting after the flavor, not in front. Because there are some chilies that hits your tongue first, that is making your tongue really numb.
Yeah.
That you cannot taste the flavor anymore. and it ruins the food. But
I agree.
this good, man.
I'm also tasting it afterwards, and it's almost like it's just like in the background.
And that soothing, sweet flavor that complements with the curry, this bold flavor of curry, and the spiciness with the little bit hint of that sugar, that sweetness. It complements everything, man.
Thank you.
It tastes home.
The way I judge my curry is how close does it taste to my grandmother's. That's the way I judge my curry.
So how close it is?
Quite close.
Quite close.
Besides the spiciness at the end, which I don't normally do, as spicy, but very close.
And can I tell you, the rice is good.
You think the rice is good? I've been
The rice came back alive.
the rice was in the desert Sahara, and then we had to like steam it a bit because my goodness, I don't normally eat my curry with a spoon. Do you?
Yeah,
Do you dish it onto your spoon and then eat?
this kind.
No, I can't do that.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay.
Cultural difference.
I have tried it. I have tried it in the past, but
So you guys just use fork and knife.
fork and knife.
Do you need
Spoon.
knife? Yeah. I saw
It
knife.
depends. It depends.
Yeah.
My grandfather would normally add a knife when he's eating chicken, potatoes, and rice.
Mm-hmm.
Then he'd use the knife to just,
Yeah.
But when it's with curry,
But even with- yeah.
then we normally don't use a knife
Mm.
because we eat the chicken with our hands.
Oh.
Yeah. And let me say, there's nothing better than having a curry. And guys, please don't judge us. You don't judge us. I'll tell you only if you guys don't judge. But there's nothing better than having curry with a Coke.
Oh, man.
I actually
It's
want to
the
go.
same as-
I actually want to go buy us Coke now. To be honest, I want
They
to go
want
buy.
after. They want after.
Okay,
this.
yeah, we get after this.
Then I'll shoot like a phone video us drinking Coke
Man.
outside. You know the Avengers? Like the end, like they're just like sitting and
then just-
eating food.
Man, yeah, let's do that, please. Because whenever I have curry, I always want like a fizzy drink. It's so good.
You know what? Because I think curry, this kind of consistency and flavor matches with adobo in the Philippines. We
Adobo.
pair adobo with Coke. Now that you're staying here in Melbourne for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
How does it feel from the time that you've arrived here?
It's almost like God showed me everything that's going to happen before it happened. And what I mean by that is not the actual events.
Yeah.
But he told me how I would feel throughout the year. 2 years, third year. And again, January has been great. Always starting with like Glamour Shakers Conference. And honestly, like if you're patient and you're willing to trust God, then He will show up like He says He would. And I can really say confidently, God showed up. And if it wasn't for the church,
And the
I don't.
community within the church, right?
I would have been back home by now.
I think it's the same for us. Like when we came here, to be honest, right after July 9, right after we came here, the first prayer that we said, you know what? Not home, not work, but we prayed for community. And it's just so amazing how God let us meet you guys. Friends of friends of friends. Who would have thought that we will meet Josh? Right? Who would have thought that we will click in one sitting?
Exactly.
That
And
day.
I remember Jeff telling me, I need to meet someone, Jeff. I'm like, okay. Then she said again, I need to meet someone, Jeff. And then I came to church and I tapped you and I was like, hey Jeff, Jess told me about you. We should sit down for
And
coffee.
I remember we hugged.
Yeah, we hugged. It was after praise and worship.
Yeah.
And we hugged and we grabbed a coffee. So good.
The rest is history.
And the rest is curry.
I love it. The rest is curry. You know what? I think if you will travel to some place, for those who is watching, it's it's very important for you to find your circle. Even though I know some people are introvert. They felt like it's overwhelming for them to meet people.
Yeah.
But it's very important to find your community.
There's so much. It's amazing that this life that we're living is not even. I haven't
I've never
said this
imagined.
before this, but this life that we're living is not even the life God wants us to
Yeah.
enjoy. He wants us to enjoy heaven. He wants us to be
Ready.
helping people to heaven. He's like, this is not your home. This is just where you get people to home.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be a revelation for all of us. Because I think sometimes we treat this place like it's our.
Because it might felt so good.
Yeah. And the thing is, we forget that Jesus is preparing a place for us, which means, this is not it. It's like taking a drive in an Uber to your house.
Yeah.
And you're starting to like make the Uber nice. And God's like, this is not your house.
Yeah.
This is just
I'm just making you comfortable.
exactly, just prepare this place. Like prepare the people that jumps in with you and say, do you know where I'm going to? Like I want you to get there as well, because this is where He wants us to be.
Yeah.
But we so often make this place like our,
Yeah.
And that's what the Bible says. We shouldn't store up treasures on earth.
Yeah.
We are busy storing up treasures
Yeah.
in heaven. So the souls and the people we can encourage and help. And if we have and we can give, we do that because we know that we're not sowing into a kingdom that is going to pass away. We're sowing into a kingdom that is eternal.
Yeah. And that leads us to be into having kingdom values.
Yeah, which is what we're speaking about.
Yeah. Pastor Gulay told us that that the first thing in kingdom values is integrity. We will not talk about those things in detail because so
will.
much things. Yeah.
3 hours later.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the lesson that I got there is having the integrity
Mm-hmm.
set in the first place, knowing that you have God
Yeah.
looking at you all the time. Everything will follow. Humility, God-centered decision, community,
Yeah.
everything.
So good.
If
I'm
you're staying here in
very
Melbourne
glad
for 2
that I
years,
had the
right?
opportunity to.
How does it feel
Cook for you?
from the time that you arrived?
I hope you enjoyed. I
did.
Stress you that much.
Before that, but
Not at all. And
What I mean by that
I'm
is
even
not
more
actually
grateful that I
yeah,
had the opportunity to
But he told me how I
cook
would feel throughout
my
the
grandmother's favorite,
third
not
year.
favorite
And
meal,
again,
one of my
January
grandmother's
has been
meals.
great.
Um,
We're starting with like,
and then also just sharing my
conference.
experience growing up, speaking about,
And honestly, like,
just the enjoyment
if
that
you're
I had,
patient,
like just
and you're willing to trust
like
God, then
there's now a better feeling than
show
coming
up,
home.
like he says,
And you can smell the food
And I
as
can
you're
be
coming into
very
the gate. You're like,
confident that God
oh,
showed
my
up.
grandmother made curry. Oh, my grandmother made a stew. Oh, my grandmother
You know
made
that
this.
feeling when after
within
school,
the church, right?
you're rushing
But
to
now-
put your bag down.
Yeah.
I think
I want to eat.
Oh man, so
we came here,
and also that's again my mom also
right
makes really
after
good food.
July 9th.
But I think my
Right
mother can
after we
agree
came here, the
when I
first
say that
prayer
my
we
grandmother's
said,
food is really
You
good.
know what? Not
My sister
home,
also makes nice food,
not
but I think my
Work.
sister can also agree my grandmother's food
but
is
we
really
prayed for
good,
community,
and it's consistent.
and it's just so amazing.
Anyways, I
how
digress.
She loves
God.
his grandma.
So
Thank
I'm glad I had the opportunity to do this,
you guys.
and maybe sometime in the
friends
future
of friends of friends.
we can do another
Who would
dish.
have thought that we will meet Josh? Right?
I hope you guys
Who would have
enjoy.
thought that we will click?
Do you have
Yes.
any message to
Episode.
our
Exactly that.
Viewers?
friends?
I
Yeah.
remember. Just
Here in Melbourne.
I need to meet someone. Jeff.
So in Melbourne, or whether you're watching
I
from
need
South
to meet someone,
Africa,
Jeff.
I think my
then
message
I-
to you
I came to
guys would
church.
be,
And I tagged you.
and I think
was
it's
like,
something that we've
"Hey,
been
Jeff,
speaking about
Jess
throughout
told
this
me
whole
about you. We
episode,
should sit down for
And
coffee."
is you need to
remember
enjoy the
we
journey.
Yeah, okay.
You know, because on the journey you meet good people. On the journey you gain new experiences. You make mistakes. You learn from them. You grow from them. And I'm gonna say, like Paul said, it doesn't matter in
travel to some
what
place,
season of life I am, whether I'm rich or whether I'm poor. And I love how Paul concludes by saying, in whatever situation and whatever season I find myself in, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength or who strengthens me. And
find your community.
we are blessed that
so much.
we have the opportunity to
it's
know
amazing
that this life that we've
this
been
life
given
that
has been
we're
given to
living
us
is
by
not
God. So I think that's the best way to end.
So-
Full
I
stomach,
would say this,
full
Full
spirit,
heart, but
full heart,
this
Full
life
soul.
that we live
full soul,
And-
and I'll cook.
Okay, guys, that's all for today. And I hope you enjoyed this video as I've enjoyed it, plus the curry. And yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. And if you find values in this video, might as well share this to your friends. So that's all for today. Once again, this is Geronimo. Thank you for watching. See you on our next one.
Felt so